The term world record willy-nilly. Nobody takes it just, as, oh, we might go for a world record. But that's been the talk for the last 2 weeks, that Josh Kerr and Yared Nuguse legitimately have shots at setting new world records in their respective events. Josh in the 2 mile and Yared in the mile. And I've got a question, as a track fan, why is that something that you want to do at the Millrose Games? I know you had an amazing race here last year and just missed that world record, but you could be trying, like all these athletes, you could be anywhere this weekend trying to go for a world record of the mile. Why Millrose?
Yeah, so Millrose is really just such an iconic meet and an iconic place to be racing. I feel like, it's as recognizable as like Pikachu is the Pokemon franchise, to where it's just like,
to some of us,
to some people, yes. But like everything is just so fun and like electrifying in that place, in that armory. Just the whole crowd that was going nuts, like even last year when I was just like trying to get the American record, was just so motivating and like so outright and just great to have like right on top of me. And I feel like I've been to like a decent amount of indoor meets, and like a lot of them don't really live up to that kind of reputation.
Let's talk a little bit about what you've done this year. You've run 13:02 for 5K, which is kind of out of your comfort zone, but still very fast. What does that do for your confidence, knowing that you can, even race fast at that distance? Now taking it back down a step to the mile. Does that 5K really boost your confidence?
Yeah, I think it definitely did a little bit. I feel like, especially coming into that race with not having, I think, the best mindset I've ever had for a distance race. I feel like usually I'm very excited to go out and like give it everything I have. And the 5K, I don't really ever feel that way that much. But the mile has always been something that's been very special to me. And so I just, having done that in the 5K, it makes me really feel like I'm ready to do something really special in the mile.
Awesome. Josh Kerr, Olympic bronze medalist at 15. You've run 3:48 for the mile. Going to step it up to the 2 mile. Why the 2 mile? What intrigued you to say, yeah, let's take a shot at it?
That's a good question. I spend the majority of the fall and the winter doing higher distance, higher mileage and things like that. And so starting all the way down at a mile always seems like a little bit too much of a jump. But I always want to come and compete at Millrose. I've ran the mile here probably 3 or 4 times. Haven't quite got the win yet there. But we stepped it up to 3K last year and I was able to get a win. So I was like, I think we can replicate something pretty similar, and it means we can have a similar setup for the year and hopefully end in a similar way for myself. So yeah, we're just kind of following that pattern again, really.
So 2024 is a big year for both of you. Just for everybody, so what are the next steps for you after Millrose? Have you got a plan laid out leading up to 5 months down the road?
I think with a racing schedule, it's very fluid. It kind of comes with how the training is going. You can't really fight how the training is going too much. But for me, definitely, I've signed up for some races that are going to be real competitive, and that's what gets me excited. And same way that we call a shot with some of these records, it keeps us honest in training and motivates us through maybe some harder days through the winter and through the early season. So yeah, I have a pretty similar setup, I think, this year than I did last year, but I just enjoy competing against great fields, and that's what Millrose brings every year.
Awesome. Yared, how about you?
So for indoor season, I feel like it's all just going to be USA's coming up in like basically a week, and then hopefully Worlds after that if things go well there. Then just getting a long training block in before getting ready for outdoors. Indoors isn't as important as outdoors, as we all know, but it's still something that I really want to come out and give my all, and I feel like always has a really kind of fun, different atmosphere to it. So I'm excited to see what I can do and just keep it up.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being up here. Thank you for being at Millrose. Ladies and gentlemen, we had the 12 of the world's very best with us here this morning. We get to see them in uniform doing their thing on Sunday at the Armory. Thank you all once again.
We'll do